Today they've allowed us to come here, attend Bromsgrove Market and to educate people on the plight of hedgehogs, which are now getting very, very close to the endangered list. And honestly, it's just a fantastic atmosphere.
7th year the Bromsgrove Day of Kindness is taking place. It's really grown well the last 3 or 4 years. Big thanks to Trevor, who's really made it a great day. It's about bringing people together, realising that everything can be fantastic, really fantastic, despite what you're hearing on the TV. But it's all down to us. We have to do this. We have to wake up really quickly and realise we make things beautiful if we want them to be beautiful.
All about?
It's about Buddhism. It's about chanting Namyo Renge Kyo, which is a chant that's from a monk in the 13th century, and so that everybody can be happy.
So Namyo Renge Kyo is a way of transforming our life, the perception of our environment. When we chant Namyo Renge Kyo, we elevate our life, we attain Buddhahood, and we see things in our environment differently, with a bit more positive perception in our environment.
My dressing just in green. The ladies are screaming. So I just started to sing. Somebody just to sit on the VIP seat. Ring on the VIP seat. Step to sleep, the ding dong, the ling-a-ling-a-ling. Say group on. You can even have a fling. Step on the step on like VIP seat. I gotta keep this party on and on and on. Hey, oh yeah, I gotta sip this on and on and on. My birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday, my birthday, my birthday.
For my man, playing the didgeridoo. For David, he's come a long way. So let's give a round of applause for Dave on didgeridoo, please. It's awesome, I want it to I
heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I couldn't give to you. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I hate to turn up out of the blue, wanna fight it, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. There's no cares, no worries, no cares. Regrets and mistakes and memories made. Who would have thought how bittersweet this would
Raise your hands in the air, sing your dance. Music. Come on, rock it with me. Yeah, we're rocking up. You're seeing Trevor T. Rocking the party. Coming up to laughter time. Everybody do a big laugh. Let me hear you. I said laugh.
Well, I started the Day of Kindness back in 2005, and really it was, I'd been spending probably at that point nearly 5 years just delving and having a look into a lot of things that a lot of other people probably still don't look at now. And I'd kind of wondered a few things that some of my friends thought I was a bit crazy for, things like, you know, what am I doing here? What am I? What's my point? You know, I wake up every day and wander around, what am I doing? But also the world, and many people agree with this, it's kind of crazy. Loads of madness going on and nobody really knowing what it's all about. So firstly, we don't really know, or I didn't really know what I was all about, what makes me tick, why do I say something that's not nice and then I say something that's nice, all those sort of things. But also all the things that we can see being thrown at us by TV, the media and magazines and what have you. None of it made any sense. It didn't for many years. So I started to really have a look into, I suppose, politics, religion, ancient cultures, quantum physics. Not an expert on any one of those subjects, but just really delving and doing it for a long, long time. And I decided I wanted to try and give something back. But So I suppose it was me sort of having one of those moments where you wake up one morning and you'd spent 30 plus years of your life just living, and then suddenly a realisation happens that I need to probably find out something. And people aren't necessarily ready to hear lots of stuff that you've been looking at. And I thought, well, what could I introduce that would affect everybody, but in a nice way, and that wouldn't upset anybody, that everybody could understand? And I just thought, well, kindness. Everybody understands kindness. And based upon lots of looking into quantum physics and ancient cultures, I came to the conclusion that the outside world is just a reflection of what we are inside. So all our thoughts and feelings become things, which has been said a lot in recent years in films like The Secret. But lots of ancient cultures knew this long, long ago. So based on whatever we are inside becoming our reality, how do you put that across to everybody? You can't put it across to everybody because not everybody's ready to hear that. And not everybody wants to hear it. But kindness, so if there's more kindness within us, it gets reflected outside, and hopefully it was a stepping stone to understanding. So that might be a bit complicated, but that's where it came from.
How long have you been running this event?
Well, it started in 2005 when it was just me on the high street walking up and down the road, which was a bit weird, I suppose, for a lot of people. I was giving out leaflets talking to people, and the Bromsgrove Standard ran with it for a few months, reporting on it that it was coming. I think the result of the day really was one guy coming out and giving me a cup of tea and saying, cheers for doing that today. So we'd obviously read it in the paper. And if one or two people said you won't do that again. And I thought, no, I'll give it another go. And I did it the following year. And a local businessman, a guy called Ian Prowse, who runs the Best of Bromsgrove, he phoned me up out of the blue. I'd never heard of him before, and said, I want to join you. So it was me and him on the second year. And then gradually it started to grow. And from 2007, really, lots of people started getting involved up to the point where, sort of this year was a pretty big day. And last year was pretty good as well. So it was the 7th year this year and 6 years in total.
What activities are available at the event?
Well, on the day, it's a lot of it's about getting people to do something nice for each other. You can't make anybody do that, obviously, but the idea is to get the energy in the high street enough so that people want to do this. So, for example, this year's day, we had probably 15 to 20 organisations who come, and a lot of those little charities, some of them, having a tough time in the current climate, who get a chance to talk about what they do. We have all kinds of organisations like Truth Juice came from Birmingham, who can give out quite a lot of interesting information that not everybody's going to hear every day. So we have lots of people out there talking about what they do. Towards the middle of the day, we had sort of an aerobic session, which was a bit of fun. Probably the most fun part of it is at the middle of the day we have 20 seconds of silence where we try and get everybody to consciously wish loving thoughts and kind thoughts for 20 seconds against the power of intention. The idea behind it is intention doesn't change anything immediately in your face, but enough of it will mean that we start to change our reality. And then that's followed up with a high street sing-along of All You Need Is Love. So we try and get the whole high street, or as many people as possible, singing All You Need Is Love together, which is helped along by a chap called Trevor T, who's been hosting the show for the last couple of years, and it's brilliant fun. And then a great big conga. So a great big conga at the end of it, getting everybody in the high street congering, dancing, hugging. Then followed up by laughter yoga, flower giving, card giving, and generally just a lot of fun, So that's what happens pretty much on the day. I'm always trying to develop it and do more with it. So, I should think next year there'll be more ideas and more things to be done.
I said laugh! Okay, I'm handing you over to my girl that's going to do some laughter with you. Laughter yoga. Give yourselves a big round of applause.
Right, after 3, I want you to do that to everybody you see. Go round, say hello,
How much money did you raise for charities?
Well, the day was never organised really to raise money. The idea of it was to raise a little bit of awareness within ourselves, which I don't really have any right to do. Not that I'm awake, I'm a fast asleep guy. I'm no great master of anything, but the idea was for people to have an opportunity to just be aware that just for a moment, even if just for 2 minutes in a day, we've got time to do something. Because we often think that we're really busy, got a mortgage to pay, family to look after, business to run, or whatever it might be. But the truth is, we have holidays. We can probably spend 4 hours of a night watching television. There are people in other countries who have got nothing and are struggling to find a bit of food. So in fact, we're the ones who can change it. So the idea is to just bring that to the attention of people, and for them to feel like they've actually got a bit of power within themselves, because we are that power to change things. So it wasn't really about raising money, but over the years we have done. We've in 2007 the Smiles Foundation, who raised funds for the Romanian children, which was really highlighted on TV a few years ago. They got involved, and it was a great day. You know, they flew over a Romanian children's choir who performed all over the high street. We held a concert through the Romanian Smiles Foundation at the Artrix, which raised money for them, which was really good. You know, it was a great thing. And they held a day of kindness in Romania as well, which was pretty good because we had two on the same day going on. So money has been raised, but that wasn't really what the day was about. But I think as we move forward with it and the plans that I've got to do in the future, I am going to be raising money for other charities and for various other things as we go. I think there's probably more a need for that now, more than ever, with the way things are.
So what charities are you thinking of for the future?
Well, I haven't picked out any one charity. What I plan to do is to hold events around the country. So what we might do is go to an area, have an event, and pick out a local charity or a local organisation that might, be suffering, having a difficult time, but might do great stuff for the kids in that area. So it might be that we raise money on the day for that. There's examples in our own area in Bromsgrove where we've got things like the Basement Project, who help to house 16 to 25-year-olds, and another one which has had to back out of Bromsgrove, called the Noah's Ark Trust, and they help bereaved children. And I think they're both really brilliant little charities who are really struggling, who've lost funding and are close, well, hopefully not close, but have been looking at having threats of being closed and not being able to work, and they're really, really important. So probably we might look at going into an area and finding the charities that really need that help, who are quite crucial, and then helping them with some funding through the work that we do in their area on that time. But I haven't thought of any one particular charity as yet. I'm probably going to be looking at some of the smaller ones who are finding it really difficult. So I think they're probably the best ones to help, and that's probably what we'll do as the future goes on.